demo on some air dry clay masks. As you can see, I have two masks right here on the table that I own. I didn't make them, but I bought them. So you can see that this one is made out of wood. It's pretty thin. This one is also wood. But we're going to be making some out of air dry clay. We're making sort of like tribal masks or festive masks, and I do require you to put patterns, line designs, make it decorative. Don't just put colors on it, but give it more detail. The more detail, the better it's going to come out. As you can see, we have line designs. We also have symmetry. We went over this, how one side mirrors the other. It doesn't have to be extremely symmetrical. You can do asymmetry, like these lines could be over here, and then these lines could be over there. That's okay. As long as it looks like a unified piece, it's going to look fine. And this is another one here. All right, so I started working with this modeling clay, this air dry clay. I don't know what brand it was, but it came with the art packet that we were talking about. And it's stiff as a board now. It's like a rock. So I cannot use this. So I decided to go to the store and get myself these brands here. And I highly recommend these. This is called Sculpting air dry clay, 2 pound. Very good, and it's soft. So this is going to be really good to work with. This one is called Daz. I really like this one. It's very soft. It's a little bit more expensive than this one. This one might be $7-8, and this one might be like 12. But I really like this one. So we're going to go ahead and use the Sculpey air dry clay. I also have some popsicle sticks. You can use popsicle sticks to carve lines, details. You can also use it to scoop it from a surface because it can get sticky. It might get stuck, so you just want to scoop it up. I also got this. It's not required, but these are some carving tools. I don't know if I got it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but you can get these anywhere. This one, I think I got it at Walmart. Maybe I'll use one of these just to show you what I can do with it. I also have a cutting board that I bought. This one I got it from the Dollar Tree. And it's very cheap. It's like $1.25 or something. So if you don't have one, I recommend it. If not, you can put newspaper on your table. I like to keep it for a flat surface to smooth out my clay. I also have a water spray bottle. You don't have to have this, but you will need some water to mix with the clay and smooth it out, get all the cracks and wrinkles out of the way so it doesn't crack and break later. If it cracks, it's okay. You can just glue it back, but this is a good way to prevent it. I also got toothpicks. Okay, toothpicks are a great tool to poke little holes. See if I can open it. There we go. Poke little holes, little details on your mask. So you can use your imagination. You don't have to buy carving tools. You can use whatever you find at home. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. But before I do that, I also want to show you this. I have a Ziploc bag, and I will need this when I finish my mask because I want to put it away, and if I want to work on it the next day, it should be in an airtight bag so the air doesn't dry out the mask. Once the mask is dried, you can't do anything with it. You also can use some of this colored modeling clay for additional details. I wouldn't recommend this to make a complete face mask because it's very thin. But for additional things like eyebrows or lips, this would be great. And you don't even have to paint it. This is one mask that I did like a year back. It's not finished. It was just some, I was doodling with it. It was with that first packet, and I made it small. I do want you to make your mask the size of your open hand. So if you open your hand, you see your palm, it should be about that big. Okay? If you do it this big, um, try not to do that because then you finish too fast and then you don't get to put all the detail. It won't be as dramatic and as the other ones, as the bigger ones that I showed you. So you want to make it bigger than that. All right, so I went ahead and opened up the Sculpey air dry clay. Um, I only suggest you use half of it, so then the other half you can use it for something else. So I'm gonna sort of break that off. There we go. It's a little tougher than it looks. And I'm gonna put that on the cutting board. Maybe I'll add a little bit more to it. How about that? First thing you want to do is you want to spray it with some water and sort of bring it together like that. Okay, if you have a rolling pin, that would be a good idea also. However, you could just use your hands, okay? I'm going to put water on my clay and I want to roll it into a nice smooth ball, okay? It doesn't have to be a perfect ball, but if I cup my hands like this, it looks nice and even. See that? See, the water does help you smooth out the clay. Look at that. Very nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort of flatten it out. That. Flatten out the clay. Okay, you don't want your clay to be too thick, and you don't want your clay base to be too thin either. Okay? And look at my mask. It's looking nice and smooth. And I like it. Don't worry about perfection. That doesn't matter. Because the more you practice, the better you'll get. And remember, look at this. I could just grab that and sort of scoop it up. Okay? And this would be the back. So the back doesn't have to be perfect. But this looks like a nice smooth surface. It looks like a face. You can make a face or an animal or half animal, half human, an alien. It doesn't matter. I do like tribal masks. I do collect masks like the ones that I showed you earlier. I have about 16 of those. Very nice. Look at that. Ooh, I like that. What do you guys think? Look, that size is a little bit better than this size, but they could be buddies. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to make an eye surface. So I'm going to take my finger and sort of make an indentation here. Look. Sort of do that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Make it a little bit hollow. Don't go too deep. Go little by little. And as you can see, it looks like sort of like a face or a skull almost. The next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and grab a little bit more clay. Okay, a little bit more clay. Smooth it out. Smooth out that ball. Look at that. Very nice. And this can be anything. It could be a nose. I can flatten this out a little bit. And you can make the nose sort of like a pyramid shape, right? See that? It looks 3D and you can put it here, okay? And what you do is you put it on top, add a little bit of water, and start smoothing it out on top of your face. There's another thing, I'm not going to go over it here, but you call it scoring, where you have your base of your clay or your figure, you take another small piece, and you make little lines like this, like zigzag lines, or more like tic-tac-toe lines, and you put water on it. You do the same thing on the other side where you want to attach it, and you go like that and then smooth it out so that way it doesn't break off. So if this breaks off, that means that I should have scored it, but it's okay. And now what I want to do, I want to go ahead and take my carving tool and sort of make a little hole like this for a nostril. Look at that. 1 and 2. Look at my nostril. There, smooth it out just a little bit. And now it's starting to look like a face. See? I have a little piece of clay here. I'm going to roll it into a ball, and maybe I could put that as an eyeball. See? Great idea. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take my little piece of clay. I'm going to roll it into a little ball. Look at that. And then we're going to put it in that indentation. That's why we did that first. All right, guys, as I was saying before the video got cut off, is that I was making a coil so then I could create some lips. So I took this coil, made it round like this. I put it on top of the face, get my water, and then smooth it out. That way it sticks to the surface. Remember, water helps the clay stick to the surface. That's why water is important. It's just like concrete. When you make concrete, you need water and the rest. All right. Very cool. I'm going to probably make an indentation here on the sides. That way I kind of smooth out the jawline. And sometimes if you have some excess clay, you can sort of kind of cut it off. Maybe I'll put it up here. What do you guys think? Looks cool, huh? All right. So it's a very simple looking mask. However, we are missing a couple things. We're missing some carved shapes and lines. So I can take the sharp edge of this tool and I can carve some triangles on the side of the face. 1, 2, maybe a little circle like that. And I'm going to do the opposite on this side. So I'm going to try to use my left hand here. I'm going to go like this. Trying to use symmetry. That one goes like that. This one goes like that. Okay, and then we go here like that. And then one more going up here. Okay. And I can take the excess off. As you can see, we got some symmetry going on there. Carve a little hole there. Maybe I can grab some toothpicks and make little holes on that pattern. You can carve and paint patterns. All right, how's everybody doing? Let's continue. I'm going to take this toothpick and I'll poke little holes there to give it some texture. Look at that. That's looking interesting there. And some here. Okay. Maybe I want to put some on top of the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's bring it up a little bit. Okay. Coming along. Maybe I could also sculpt some things on the nose. That'd be a good idea. Maybe I can put some lines going across. Some of that excess clay can be moved out using your fingers. Another line here. Remember to go carefully. Don't rush it. Don't rush work. It's better to go slow, take your time, than rush it. Remember, when somebody builds a house, somebody's building your house. You don't want them to rush it, do you? No, you want them to do it right. So the same thing with your artwork. See? So the space is getting filled up with patterns, line designs. What else can we do here? Maybe I can add more clay at the top, like a coil. I got a coil piece right here. Let's see, maybe I could do it like this. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Like a headdress or something. What do you think? And I would just take some water, smooth it out. I am using gloves because it can get a little bit messy. Will it work? I don't know. Doing the best that I can with what I got. All right, look at that. And I do want to carve some lines and things like that. Maybe I'll use, let's try a different tool. Maybe a smaller one. Do we have a smaller one? Yeah, we got this one. Like the little pointy edges. You really should wait. When you do things like that, you should wait for the clay to dry up just a little bit, because it tends to be very tender and soft, and it's hard to make details. It's easier to sculpt things, but to carve details a little bit difficult. Okay, that kind of worked. Look at that. Let's bring it up. See? Not bad. All right, the next thing I want to do is maybe put some teeth, just like this one. Okay? I'm gonna grab a little piece of more Sculpey air dry clay. I like this stuff. Recommend it. I can't wait to use DAWs. This feels even better. All right, so I'm going to make some coils. So you can either do circles or coils, or little balls, little spheres or coils. And this one is going to be for the, I guess, for the teeth. We're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to make them small. Remember, small details, small pieces of clay, and large details, large pieces of clay. He needs to go to the dentist. Okay. Make a coil here. Put that coil right in that edge of the mouth. Like that. It looks kind of weird, but whatever. I'm gonna kind of push that in. So it doesn't look crooked. So I'm standing a little bit sideways because I have my camera here, so I have to stand like this, and it's kind of hurting my back. But I'm doing this for you guys. The tribal mask from the ancient civilizations. The tribe of the Sculpies. Fierce warriors of the Sculpey tribe. Okay, maybe I could take that little toothpick that I got and I'm put a little dot inside the eye. Boom. And then right here, boom. Look at that. See? What do you think? Okay. I can even, maybe I could carve some lines on the mouth. 1, 2. It's still wet, so it doesn't look great. But once it dries, you can kind of see it better. Let's put some shapes. Could put some shapes on the forehead. Maybe one here, one in the middle, right there, one on the side. I should have wet this, but I'm kind of in a hurry because this program that I'm using cuts me off every 15 minutes. So I'm trying to hurry up. Right now I'm at 11. It cut me off earlier. There we go. Okay, maybe flatten it just a little bit. Oh, that's cool. What do you think? And then spray it down a little bit. And let's take a look at our mask. Okay, I can put more details. Maybe I could get a coil and put it around here. I could take my tool and see that I can carve lines there. I can carve lines right here. And then anything that's excess, you can smooth it out. When it's dry, you can sort of peel it out. So then your sculpture looks smooth. So that's basically it. Look at that. I got my sort of 3D shape here. And maybe I'll take my tool and sort of, smooth out the nose at the edges because I don't want the nose to fall off. It's almost like painting, but you're painting with clay. All right. It's a crazy mask. Okay. And then the next step, once you are done, you're going to put it away. You're going to put this away. But at some point, when you keep putting it away, and you bring it back out and put it away, it's going to start drying. So you have to decide, I need to hurry up and finish my mask. Because once it's dry, that's it, buddy. Time's up. So I have my popsicle stick. Like I said, I put it underneath to lift up my mask. And go slowly. You don't want to mess it up. Can we peel it off a little bit? Maybe. Oop. Let's try it again. Here on this side. Slowly, slowly, slowly. If you feel like it's gonna peel off, go back with the popsicle stick. Kind of push it, but make sure that you're flat like this. You don't want to keep doing that, but you want to go like that. Ooh, there you go. You're just scratching the surface. Okay, looks pretty good. The back, doesn't matter if it's too smooth or not. We're gonna go ahead and put it away. I like to spray it a little bit. So as I said, we had peeled off the mask from this flat surface here. It looks like that. Look, we got 3D elements, the eye sticking out, the nose sticking out, the mouth. Okay, it looks pretty cool. I sprayed it with water And then one thing that you can do is take a sort of like a wet paper towel, and you can wrap your mask around like this so it stays nice and moist, because this is air dry clay. If you leave it outside in the open, it will dry up and you cannot do anything. It will turn into this, a stone. Okay. Now, if it's once you are ready, once you said I'm done, you leave it to dry, and then you're gonna go ahead and paint it. So you have to paint it with acrylic, give it colors. You can even use small brushes to paint line designs. Remember, small details, use a small brush. Large areas, use a larger brush. You wouldn't make small lines and details with a large brush. It's gonna look funky and messy. Remember, you paint the large areas with a bigger brush, and then you go in with a smaller brush for little areas. Okay. Now I got this. Got my Ziploc bag, and I'm going to insert it here. Okay. And I'm going to get all the air out. You don't want too much air trapped in here. And I'm going to go ahead and seal it. Seal my bag. Make sure that it's sealed. You can even use tape to really seal it. So I'm going to put this in a safe, damp place. You don't want to put it outside with the sun. You want to put it in a damp area that's cool. Maybe a closet, I don't know. But somewhere that is cool and damp with not a lot of light. Okay. Also, if you have clay that's remaining, I have clay here that is remaining. It's going to dry up if you don't put it away. I'm going to fold it nicely like that. And you will also have to find another bag, Ziploc bag. Get all the air out and put it in. You don't have to water it, but you do have to put it in a Ziploc bag. Okay. All right. So we use our tools. We use everything we can possibly think of. If you can come up with something else on your own, that's fine. Once it's dry, we're ready. We're gonna leave it to air dry, and then you go ahead and paint it with acrylics. Okay. All right. So that's gonna be it. Thank you so much. This was a air dry clay mask, tribal mask from our tribal the Sculpies. And next time we'll go ahead and paint that mask for part 2. Okay, thank you everybody.